the moment we are born, we are taught the values needed to live in this world by our parents and siblings. As we grow into adulthood, we are compelled to wear a mask in our daily lives. Our lives are shaped by conditioning. We are indoctrinated to live according to scripts written by others. In short, people in this world exist in a state of slavery. In Romans chapter 8 verses 13 to 15, Jesus Christ declared that if we live according to our own desires, we will die, but if we live by the Spirit, we will live, for we have not received a spirit of slavery. Has bound us with authoritative language in order to dominate and control people. It is a comfortable prison of old beliefs. For thousands of years, religious lies and false teachings have kept people far removed from a wonderful experience with God. In Matthew chapter 15 verses 8 to 9, Jesus Christ said, "They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me, because they teach the doctrines of men as teachings." The first half of our lives is a time for establishing the ego. The ego constantly takes the lead, insisting on security, safety, and harmony, and steering us toward choices that avoid mental suffering, such as that caused by drugs. In fact, it is this ego that shapes who you are. A child without a developed ego does not worry about tomorrow. However, as we grow up, our free thinking is gradually stifled, and we are educated to conform to society's conventional wisdom. In the Gospel of Matthew 18-3, Jesus Christ said that unless we become like little children, we cannot enter the kingdom of God. Something so simple so difficult? It is because the ego, which you have spent decades building, fears it. The ego clings to you, insisting that you must not let go. It makes you hesitate, planting the suspicion that you might be heading down the wrong path. While it may appear to be protecting you, it is merely confining you within the framework of the past, binding you to seek improvements only within those existing limits. This is why we humans tend to gravitate back to familiar territory, even when it involves behaviors rooted in past pain and suffering. Despite the existence of a path to liberation, we repeatedly choose the path of familiar suffering over the discomfort of true healing. In truth, the crushing cross of suffering you bear is actually an invitation to enter the realm of the great divine. It is, in a sense, a sacrificial offering. You must recognize the lies inherent in worldly values, gradually strip away the masks you wear, forge a new and authentic self, and live with the honesty of a student eager to learn. Genuine hardship holds more value than a false sense of ease, and a meaningful challenge is far more magnificent than meaningless comfort. Rather than feigning harmony or a superficial peace, you must live out the truth of who you are. True healing lies not in retreating from life, but in confronting it with your whole being. Right now, you are not truly experiencing life. You are merely experiencing a state of unconsciousness dominated by the ego. This unconscious state, akin to sleep, gives rise to various problems and renders human relationships superficial and easily manipulated. The world is teeming with people who act out of this unconsciousness. It seems the world prefers darkness and is drifting away from things that are holy. People have become spiritually numb, prayer feels like a burden, and time for reading has vanished. It is no exaggeration to say that people's characters are now being shaped by social media. Every day, as they mindlessly gaze at their smartphone screens, their minds are conditioned and filled with hours of noise that causes them to absorb the values of this world. Amidst this, desires are implanted in them, rebellion is justified, and sin is portrayed as something beautiful. Furthermore, they choose paths of arrogance, extravagance, and pleasure, attitudes that reflect a spirit of rebellion against God. Just like that of ancient Babylon, we must remain spiritually awake each day. The Bible tells us that Babylon will fall. However, as people reach the latter half of their lives, some begin to gain an unconscious awareness. They realize they have been trapped within this endless realm of the unconscious. In response, the unconscious pushes back to prevent you from waking up. It constantly tells you to be stronger, harps on your failures, and insists that you will never be able to repay your debts. It causes you to feel defeated and convinced that you are beyond hope, that you are hated and cannot draw near to God. Yet, this darkness and this wall within the unconscious are things you created yourself. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 6, Jesus Christ said, "Do not remain asleep like others, stay awake." Furthermore, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 14 reads, "Sleeper, awake, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine upon you." John, a disciple of Jesus Christ, declared that God is love, and that there is no fear in love. So, who, or what, is the true source of this fear? It is the devil, known as Satan. The Bible speaks of Satan, who excels at making people believe falsehoods. He fixates our minds on past failures and rules over us through fear, instilling the belief that we are worthless. Satan deceives people by constructing a false image of God. The world Satan has created is so intricately crafted that it is virtually indistinguishable from reality. John chapter 10 verse 10 states that Satan came into this world to kill and destroy. Today, interactive AI has the ability to directly influence the human subconscious. Depending on how it is used, It can easily issue instructions that lead to death, and there are already people around the world who have been driven to suicide. Time and again, you have shed blood at the altar. To be reborn as your true self, you must bring the darkness into your conscious awareness. The world you see now is a dream world, one where you have forgotten that it is a dream. Your true self comes into play when you become self-aware. It speaks through signals from the unconscious. And all the answers lie within you, waiting to be brought to light. Recognize the intersection of the inner and outer voices. And even without grasping the full picture, continue to follow that inner voice. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 21 tells us that whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice from behind saying, "This is the way, walk in it." You must fight the pressure pulling you back into old habits and shatter the many walls you have built up over time. In short, those who look only at external reality remain asleep in the dream, while those who look within awaken. Just as the saying goes that the nail that sticks out gets hammered down, you must resolve to be that nail, to stand out and face the blows, if you wish to open a new path. Do not fear being shattered, simply live with unwavering honesty toward yourself. Step off the endless conveyor belt of the unconscious. Bring the true you to completion. This begins with bringing the old self to an end. In Mark chapter 2 verse 22, Jesus Christ said that new wine must be poured into new wineskins. This represents the process of drawing closer to your true self. Those who have endured suffering gain the ability to help others facing similar circumstances. It is precisely this experience of sorrow that becomes a light to the world, illuminating the lives of others. Strength resides within everyone's weakness. In Matthew chapter 21 verse 42, Jesus Christ spoke of the rejected stone becoming the cornerstone, and he declared that his grace is made perfect in weakness.